Good morning, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, or Rob, I should say. Welcome here to Busch Stadium. This is Inside Pitch, the 1977 One and Gone tournament. Today we present Game 5. It's the number 21 Milwaukee Brewers taking on the number 11 St. Louis Cardinals. This 1977 tournament has already gotten off to one heck of a crazy start. You can take a look at the brackets for you there. As Detroit already knocked out the Montreal Expos 7-5. The Oakland Athletics upset the Chicago White Sox 6-5, and that's a game you should watch how that game went. The Texas Rangers absolutely annihilated the Braves 16-2, and then another upset as number 20 San Diego beat number 13 Houston 13-7. This is Game 5. Milwaukee was 67-95 in 77. The Cardinals were 83-99. But what's interesting about this is already 61 runs have been scored in 4 games in this tournament. It took about 8 games for 61 runs to be scored in my 1964 One and Gone tournament. So there is definitely a difference when you play different seasons in Inside Pitch, and that's actually a good thing in my opinion. That just shows you how good this game really is. Today's matchup is going to be Jim Slaton versus Bob Forsch. And these were the 2 top pitchers of these teams. As we get things ready to go here, and of course I did not reset my scoreboard. And we do now. So everybody welcome in. Let's play a little baseball before we watch some college football today. And of course, there'll be another game later today. Pete Stevens gets here as he opens up the gates. He even saw batting practice. How about that? There'll be another game later today. It's going to be the California Angels taking on the San Francisco Giants. That will be in the evening, probably after I watch a couple of games of college football. So settle in. Let's roll some dice, and let's play some ball. The starting pitcher for the 1977 St. Louis Cardinals will be Bob. May the Force be with you. Very good pitch, very good year. 20 wins, 7 losses, a 3.48 ERA. Very strong year. Both these pitchers are evenly matched. Of course, we are at the National League ballpark. So the Brewers, the pitcher will be batting. Could be maybe a little bit of, you could say maybe a little bit of a detriment to the American League team. But I would like to let you know that in the American League game between Detroit and Montreal, Detroit was at Montreal and Detroit won that game. So I don't really think it's going to matter much when you take away a designated hitter. And when you add a designated hitter to a National League team at an American League ballpark, that doesn't seem to matter either because the Atlanta Braves went to Texas with a DH and Atlanta just got clobbered. So I don't think it matters. I just think it's whoever gets the better roles and, of course, who plays better. So let's start some baseball, shall we? Top of the first inning. I'll introduce the players as they come to it. Leading off for the 1977 Milwaukee Brewers will be center fielder Von Joshua. He gets the call in this game. And it is about to rain here in South Florida, as I can see a very big dark cloud outside my window. So here we go. And it starts with a 2-1. That is a blank against the lefty. And Von Joshua, 2-2. He leads off with a base hit. A single for Joshua, an S3. And he will go to first. Good start there for the Brewers. And that will bring up the shortstop, Robin Yount. Maybe one of the best shortstops in baseball history. Hall of Famer, absolutely. The man was a terror at the plate, and he could actually field a pretty decent glove. Infield is halfway, and I can see them. I'm going to have to turn on my back light here, so let me give me a moment while I do that. Get a little bit more light. There we go. A little extra light there to maybe keep the glare off. I got a good light here, but I might have to get a brighter one for my desk. So here is Robin Yount. Infield is halfway. Anything on strat? And it says it's a 10. Nothing happening. Forsch will pitch. That's a 6-1. Possible error on a throw. And that is a 5-3. And that is a ground ball to third. Ground ball to third base. The ball is hit to Ken Wright. His error rating is a 4, and that's a 5. So there's not going to be an error. So now we see if it's a double play. 2, 0, plus 1 is 3. The ball is hit to third, so the second baseman is the pivot man. which is Mike Tyson. He has a +1, which is a 4. So a 1 to 4, they turn 2. And they do. Robin Yount grounds out into the 5-4-3. And that will bring up first baseman Cecil Cooper. Another good hit, another pretty darn good hitter. 1-5 for Forsch against the lefty. That's a blank. And Cecil Cooper 4-4, and he pops out to third. Brewers get themselves a 1 hit and a base runner, but that's all they can get as Forsch faces the minimum. Bottom of the first inning coming up. Starting pitcher for the 77 Brew Crew will be Jim Slaton. 10-14, a 3.58 ERA. Remember, this Brewers club was 67-95 in 1977. Cardinals 83-79. But I'll tell you right now, when it comes to a 1 game for all the marbles, you can throw the records out the window. I've already learned that in a couple of upsets already in this tournament. Leading off for the 77 Redbirds will be Lou Brock, left fielder. As you start your 1967 one and gone, you have a general rule: starting lineups, which pinch hitters and which relief pitchers based on at-bats and inside pitch. I'll give you that answer at the end of the half inning. 3-3, Jim Slaton. That is a range play. 3-2, and that's a ground ball to third. The ball is hit to Bando. His range is a 3. He's going to make that play, and he'll throw to first. 1 out. 1 man down. The batter will be shortstop Gary Templeton. 3-4 on Slaton's card. Strikeout, a 12. I think it's going to be too high. Against the righty, that's an 11. Busch Stadium subtracts 2 from the strikeout rating, so I'm making a 9, so the 12 is going to be too high. So Templeton swings 5-4, and he grounds out to second. And now we will see center fielder Tony Scott. A 4-1 on Slaton's card against the switch hitter, which would be a lefty. That's an automatic out. And that's going to be a fly out to right. 1-2-3 inning for Slaton. Nothing for the Cardinals. At the end of 1, we got no score. Top of the second inning coming up. My rules for my 1 and gone are simple. First of all, the entire pack is available. There's no 25-man roster. But remember, this is what you can play it way you like. David Baseball Demos says, play the game you want the way you want to play it. That's all. If you want to use a 25-man roster for the whole tournament, that's fine. Me, I don't. And one of the reasons, and for games like last night, where we actually were in that Padres Astros game, where I needed a whole bunch of extra pitchers and batters in a 1-game playoff, that makes a difference. My rules are: 1, first of all, no fatigue. Any pitcher that pitched in that game can be used in the next game, but not the starters. I go with the best starting pitchers, and I usually go by ERA and or wins, depending on who I think I'd like to start the game first. So if I see a good pitcher, their best pitcher, maybe with an ERA of 3.14, but I see a Hall of Fame pitcher they had on there, maybe had an ERA a little higher, I might start with the Hall of Fame pitcher to maybe increase maybe a little bit more show. You should use the starting lineups I use are the most. I use Philip Reynolds welcomes here to Busch Stadium. As far as starting lineups, I utilize Baseball Reference to get the starting lineups. I use the most common starting lineups that were used. Pinch hitters. Early in a game, if by using a pinch hitter or relief pitchers, I usually like to go with pitchers that had the more relief appearances. But I block them. So if there is a pitcher, if there are like if there's like 5 relief pitchers and one has 40 relief appearances, one's got 35, 32, that kind of thing, you really should go by the more relief appearances. But then again, if it's a game situation change, if it's a game situation change, like you got runners on base or something, I might just bring in the best pitcher available to try to end the inning or such. Pinch hitter, same thing. Most at bats usually automatically start there. So yes, I do base on at bats and inside pitch there, Pete. But play the game you want to do it. If you want to take the 9 best hitters with batting average, and even if that one guy had a batting average of 538 and he only had 11 at bats, use them. Do them the way you wish. Play the game the way you want to play it. Top of the second inning, Bob May the Forsch be with you back on the mound. Here is the third baseman for the Brewers, Sal Bando. Underrated third baseman, I thought. Forsch's pitch, 5-1. That is at the ballpark. 3-1 at Busch Stadium. That is a ground out to second. We've already had a lot of high-scoring games already in this 1977 tournament. Here's the right fielder, Sixto Lezcano. Yep, you can do that too. 2-2. That is a walk plus 10, and that turns Sixto Lezcano's walk from a 14 to a 24, and even with the -2 at Busch Stadium, that's not going to make a difference. So Lezcano draws a walk, and he'll go to first. Next batter, second baseman Don Money. Let's see if that's a 4. Bob Forsch, 0. So Sixto Lezcano can do a hit and run here. What's a Money strikeout rating? It's under 9 and 8. Yeah, we'll do a hit and run. Hit and run is on. Of course, infield is halfway. Bob Forsch will pitch 5-5. That is a strikeout possibility, but the 14 will be too high. So Money does avoid the strikeout. Hit and run is on. And let's see what we come away with here on a hit and run, and that is a 3-2. And against the right-hander, that's going to be a grounder to short. So Don Money double play rating is a 3, but a hit and run subtracts 2 from that. So it becomes a 1. Bob Forsch is a 0. And you still get the 1 from here. And the ball was hit to short. So the second baseman's pivot rating for the Cardinals. And that is Tyson. He has a 1. So it's still actually a 3. So even on a hit and run, it's a 1 to 3 to still get it's still a chance to turn double play, even on a hit and run. It is a 2, and they still turn it. A hit and run, 6-4-3 double play. They had good fielders there in St. Louis, and they still got them. They still grounds out into the 6-4-3. The double play wouldn't have worked. So even if I didn't call the hit and run, it wouldn't have mattered. And that is the end of the inning. As he grounds out. And the inning is done. So still no score. Bottom half of the second coming up. For the Cardinals, here is the right fielder, Hector Cruz. Like the pitchers at least 6 innings. I agree. I like to let my pitchers pitch at least 6 innings too, if possible. But at least, an inside pitch, I go by batters faced in inside pitch. In payoff pitch, his stamina is done by innings, which is okay. Slaton pitches 3-4. That is a strikeout, and that will be a strikeout. Hector Cruz goes down. The 5 is in there. 1 out. 1 man down, and the batter will be the catcher. Ted Simmons, Hall of Famer. Meh, I'm not sure about that. Very good. Hall of very good, no doubt about it. Hall of Famer, You put Ted Simmons in, but you don't put in Keith Hernandez yet. I don't get that. Jim Slaton, 4-5. That's a blank. Simmons, 1-4. He grounds out to third. And speaking of Keith Hernandez, there he is, a very young Keith Hernandez at first base for the Cardinals today. Al Red Sox fan joins me here, King of the Hill, who got blitzed by Nurse Teresa last night in gin. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to bring up a painful memory there, Al. Slaton's pitch, 1-1. That's a blank. All hail Nurse Teresa. 4-3 on Hernandez's card. That's a hit column roll to right field. That's an 11. And against a righty, Keith Hernandez is going to lace himself a triple into right. He gets a big triple for Keith Hernandez, and he will go to third. Not bad for good old Keith. A 2-out triple. And now a chance for third baseman Ken Wright. Let's see. Anything on Strat? A 10. Nope. 2 outs. Infield is normal with a runner on third. As Hernandez gets a nice triple. 5-2 for Slaton. And against the righty, that is a blank. Wrights will swing 3-6. And he is going to ground out to first. And the triple doesn't come up with anything. No runs and a hit for the Cardinals. Still no score at the end of 2. This 1977 season, much different from 64. So far. But right now, this game is off to a good pitcher start. Top of the third. And who leads off here? That would be, that is left fielder Jim Wolford for the Brewers. Nurse Teresa says, thank you. She is the best. Hold on to that one there, Al. Forsch will pitch. 5-2. That's at the ballpark. Jim Wolford, 3-1, and that's a ground out to second. That brings up the catcher, Charlie Moore. Forsch with the pitch, 1-6. That's a strikeout possibility, and a 4 is going to do that against the right-hander. That's a 6. -2 from Busch Stadium is a 4. That is a 4. He gets he does get more for the second out. And that brings up the pitcher, Jim Slaton, and this is my own hitting card I created for pitchers that batted somewhere between 0-0-0 and 0-5-0. Right now I got 4 hitting cards. I'm going to create a few more. Each hitting card is between 50 in between averages. Jim Slaton actually did hit the ball a couple of times, but not in 1977. And since that's the case, and he has no stats, I have to use the easiest batting pitcher card. It doesn't mean a pitcher can't get a hit, because if it's a range play, it can still happen. Bob Forsch, 3-1. That's a strikeout, and that's an automatic strikeout. He's got a 37 for strikeouts, and he will strike out Slaton in a 1-2-3 inning. Go the Brew Crew. I did create that card with the help of Bill Salm's Inside Pitch computer game. He created a generic hitting card for pitchers in the American League that didn't bat, because you have to have a pitcher batting card when you play World Series games, because they still have the pitcher batting. I checked with some people say, "Oh, go ahead and use a random card." I said, "No, that's not right. They should be statistically correct." Bottom of the third, here is second baseman Mike Tyson. And no, we're not the fighter. Slaton's pitch, 6-2. Range play at the ballpark. And that is a 3-2. That is a single to right field. The ball is hit to Lescano. His range is at 5. Does he stop this? It is a 5. He does. 6 to Lescano gets over there, makes with a 5. He makes a leaping grab and takes away a base hit away from Tyson. 1 out. That becomes a fly out to right. And the batter now will be the pitcher, Bob Forsch. He wasn't a bad hitter. He could hit 167. Slaton, 3-6. That's a strikeout, and it will be. He struck him out. 2 down. Top of the order for the Birds. There's Lou Brock. Got an extra deck for her next Friday. Slaton's pitch, 2-4. That's a possible home run check. Against the righty, it's only a 1 for Lou Brock, and there's no adjustment from Busch Stadium. So the only way Lou Brock hits a home run over Slaton is if this is a 1. And it's a 16, he doesn't. So, but Lou Brock will get the hit, though. So it becomes a blank and a 2-1. That is a hit. That is a hit column roll into center field. That's a 19, though, and that's just going to be a fly out to center. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals. As Lou Brock misses a home run, and then with a 19, he misses a shot into center. Misses a fly out to center, and so far these pitchers are doing pretty well. Unlike the last game. At the end of 3, we still got no score. Top of the 4th coming up. And let's see who does a bat. That would be Von Joshua leading off for the Brew Crew. Forsch pitch, 3-2. That's an automatic out. And that is going to be a ground out to first. Here's Robin Yount, Hall of Famer. Awesome Hall of Famer. 2-1 on Forsch's card. Strikeout possibility, and the 6 is going to get him out. Even again, that brings his strikeout rating from an 8 minus 2 is a 6, and that is a 6. So Yount goes down on strikes for out number 2. And now we have Cecil Cooper. You should check out IG Middle Earth game. Not interested. Not interested. I saw what he was doing and looked cool, but not interested in the game. Forsch will pitch, 5-5. Strikeout possibility of 20 will be too high. Cecil Cooper, 6-3. And he singles past second base. And that is a base hit. They'll go to first. And now Sal Bando. Anything on strat? A 2. Cecil Cooper, he could steal 12. Gets 1 from Forsch, 13. Simmons has no arm. A 1-13 for Cecil Cooper to steal second. With 2 outs, Sal Bando bats 250. His base running rating is a 3. I'll let his base running rating decide on that. A 1-3, he'll go for steal. 4-6, he doesn't, and he won't. So now I'll go ahead and I'll normally. Forsch, 3-5. That's a wild pitch, but a 13 is too high. We'll re-roll. 5-4. That's an automatic out. And that is going to be a ground out to third. And that will end the inning. No runs for the Brewers. They do get a hit. Still no score here at the end of 4. So far I might be getting my first real pitcher's duel. First real pitcher's duel here so far. Jim Slaton comes back out for the Brewers. A lot like Call of Duty. Yeah, that's what it looked like. And I like Call of Duty, although I don't play it as often. Gary Templeton will lead off for the Birds in the bottom of the 4th. 5-1. That's a double question mark. And against the switch, it'll be a lefty. A 1-8 would be an automatic out. That's a 9. So Slaton does not get that. So it becomes a blank. Templeton will swing 1-2. He singles to center field. Base hit for Templeton. The batter will be Tony Scott. Let's see if anything on strat. That is a 1. Templeton, that's a good steal attempt. 11 minus 2, though, is a 9. And more 0. 1-9 for Templeton to steal. No, I'll call off the steal. And I will swing normally. Slaton's pitch, 5-3. That's a blank. Scott, 2-1. That's a ground ball. That's a ground out to second. His double play rating is a 2. Nothing from Slaton. +1 is a 3. Shortstop, Yount, +1 is a 4. A 1-4, they turn 2. It's a 5. They don't. Gary Templeton will be out at second. Scott gets to first. It's a fielder's choice. The batter now will be Hector Cruz. Anything on strat? That's a 16. Nope. 1 out, infield still halfway. Slaton, 6-5. That's a blank. Hector Cruz, 3-1. That's a single. That's a base hit. That's a single into center field. Scott's base running rating is a 4. It becomes a 3. In order to get to third and take away 1, so that's a 3. And the center fielder is Joshua. He adds 1 to his arm. So a 1-4, Tony Scott will get to third base. It is a 5. He does not. He holds at second, which tells me that Von Joshua got to the ball quick enough, and Tony Scott rounded second, but went back, realized he was going to be a dead duck. So he holds at second base. Now runners at first and second. So now the Cardinals have something going on. And the batter is Ted Simmons with 1 out. Infield still halfway. Anything on strat? A 3. Let's see. In order to steal home, it would be 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. Round down. I'm not going to hit and run with Simmons, so no. Ted Simmons, a chance here to give the Cardinals a little bit of a boost. Slaton's pitch, 6-3. That's a blank. Simmons hits 6-1. That is a ground ball to first. Double play rating 3. +1 is 4. Grounded to first base. The shortstop is pivot, which is Yount, which is a +1 is a 5. So a 1 to 5, they turn a double play. And they do easily. That is a 3-6-3 double play. And the inning is over. No runs for the Cardinals. They do get a couple of hits. Still no score at the end of 4. I go from a game last night that was 13-7 now to a game that's 0-0. Who says inside pitch is Who said inside pitch is not unpredictable? It certainly is. Just like payoff pitch. And remember, people, my payoff pitch season begins on Monday, 1985. We have 2 exciting games. And by the way, Al Red Sox fan, Yankees-Red Sox will be played on Wednesday. So don't miss that much. Don't miss that game there for you. Yankees-Red Sox, an early Yankees-Red Sox matchup in 1985. That game did get picked. So that one will be on Wednesday. We have Toronto at Kansas City, and we have Cleveland at Detroit for Monday. Election Day is Tuesday. I will not be doing any baseball at all. And I'm not doing any presentations. And Wednesday, we'll get back to normal here, which I hope everything will happen. Top of the 5th inning, Bob Forsch comes out for the Birds. And here's Sixto Lezcano. Mom, no. Why would you? Cover it. Otherwise, that bread's going to be hard. Top of the 5th inning. Bob Forsch, 3-3. That's a possible error on a grounder. Lezcano, 3-6. That's a fly out to center, so that's not going to be an out. That's not going to be an error. So 1 down. Next batter is Don Money. 5-2. That's at the ballpark. 4-4 at Busch Stadium. That's a ground out to first. For the second out. And here is Jim Wolford. Forsch 5-3. That's a range play. Wolford 1-6. That's a ground. That's a double star 2. That's a ground ball to third. The ball was hit to Ken Wrights. His range is a 2. Does he make the play? It is a 4. He does not. Is it a single or a double? And that's going to be a double for Jim Wolford as he hits that down the line, as Ken Wrights could not get to that one, and that goes into the corner, and the Brewers have a man on second. That brings up the catcher, Charlie Moore. And the Cardinals are going to be, well, normally in this situation, when you know you got a batter up next that absolutely cannot hit the ball, you would put the man on base and pitch to the pitcher. Normally you would do this in this situation and get out of the inning, which you probably would. So I'm going to be a little tacky, and we're going to intentionally walk Charlie Moore. And we're going to pitch to Jim Slaton, the pitcher, who has pretty much really no chance of getting a base hit. But a range play could do it. We'll see if it bites the Cardinals in the butt. Runners now at first and second. And Slaton will bat. Forsch with the pitch, 5-6. And that is a walk plus 10. Oh, boy. And that is a 9. That's going to become a 19. -2 is 17. That's a 17, and it bit me in the butt. He walks the pitcher. Bob Forsch walks Slaton. And the bases are loaded for Vaughn Joshua. The dice gods bit me, got me. The bases are loaded for Von Joshua, and he can hit. If the Brewers get a base hit on this, I'm going to say no, never, probably never again. Bases are loaded. Anything on Strat? A 19. Joshua, he's not going to bunt. Not with 2 outs. Bases loaded. Bob Forsch, they intentionally walk Charlie Moore to bring up the pitcher, and Bob Forsch walks the pitcher on a walk plus 10. Here's the pitch. Forsch, a 4-6. That's a blank. Von Joshua, 2-6. And that is a base hit to left field. It's a single. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I'm sorry, Cardinals. It's a base hit. Wolford will score. He will score. It's a single to left. Charlie Moore's base running rating is a 3. Becomes a 4 with the second to home. On second to home, it becomes a 4. There are 2 outs, so it's a 5. The ball is hit to left, which is Brock. He has an arm rating of +1, which is a 6. So Moore, there's not going to be a throw. So Moore scores from second. The pitcher will only move to second base. Not going to be a throw. In that case, the pitcher does not go to third. It's automatic. There's no throw, so the base running ends there. And because I tried to be a wise butt, the Brewers just took a 2-0 lead on the Cardinals. The dice gods just made me pay for it. Runners at first and second now for Robin Yount, as they tried to be cute. And the dice gods made me pay for it. 2 outs. Let's see if anything on Strat. A 7, nothing happening. So Bob Forsch will pitch to Robin Yount. That's a 4-1. That is a double question mark. That's going to be out with a 13. That's out of range of both. So it's a blank. Robin Yount bats 1-5, and he flies out to center. And that ends the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 intentional to get the pitcher up. Then Bob Forsch walks the pitcher, and then Von Joshua gets a 2 RBI single. The Brewers take a 2-0 lead going into the bottom of the 5th. Are you kidding me? Talk about instant karma. As Jim Slaton goes ahead and points to the Cardinal dugout and say, yeah, guys, you wanted me up there, but unfortunately Forsch forgot how to pitch. Bottom of the 5th for the Redbirds, here's Keith Hernandez. Might not be doing that again for some time. Slaton will pitch. Hernandez got a triples last time up. 6-1, possible hit by pitch. Yeah, he plunked him. +10 and 1 for Hernandez. That is a 7. And Slaton hits Hernandez. And Slaton apologizes, says, man, I'm sorry about that. I did not mean to do that. I would not put you on base. Hernandez says, it's all good. Let's play ball. The next batter is Ken Wrights. Infield halfway. Michael Peterson says, thank you, welcome to the ballpark here at Busch Stadium. That was a good game. Yeah, that Ace Chi-Sox game, it was good. Very pleased with that. This game just got a little bit nuts already. Hernandez on it first. See if anything's Strat. A 2. Hernandez could steal 10 -2. Nope, he's not. He's under 50%. I'll call off the steal. Let Slaton pitch. 3-5. That's a strikeout. 16 is going to be too high. Wrights 4-4. Line drive right to short. Is it a double play? That's a 1. He's at first base, and it was hit to shortstop. That's a 1. Yes, it's hit to short. Great play by Yount. Throws to first, doubles off Keith Hernandez. 2 outs. L6-3 double play. Hernandez must have taken off with the base with the crack of the bat, and he is doubled off. L6-3 double play. And a 1 was And a 1 was the only one it would have been able to get. And a 1 is the only die roll that would have got him the double play, and that's what he rolled was a 1. Tyson on it. Mike Tyson will bat now, bottom of the 5th. Now the base is empty. You know I'm paying playoff, but you have some questions. Go ahead and ask. Slaton, 1-3. That's a strikeout, and a 1 is a definite strikeout on Mike Tyson. And the Cardinals are getting bit in the butt. No runs, no hit, a hit batsman. At the end of 5, it's 2-0 Brewers. Cardinals right now are getting hit by karma big time. Because I tried to be cute. Top of the 6th, Bob Forsch will pitch to Cecil Cooper. Can you get the PDF and put it on Excel? I don't know. I don't have any PDF. I've not tried it. You probably could. You probably could get the PDF and put it on Excel. Sure. I know you can probably transfer it. I mean, I have done PDFs and transferred it to PDF, but no, I don't have. All my seasons are all printed. I purchased every season from him. I got all 27 seasons of Payoff Pitch. Still working on the inside pitch, and I got 82 and 84. I have to organize. 86 I'll be ordering Monday. But I don't know. I've not done. I don't know. You probably could. I'm pretty sure you can, but I've not done it. Top of the 6th inning, Cecil Cooper will bat for the Brewers. As the Cardinals try to get cute, and it cost them 6-4. That's a blank. He's not tired. Cecil Cooper, 1-5. Auto out 3. That's a ground out to short. Double star. And here is Sal Bando. 3-3 on Forsch. That's an error possibly on a grounder. Bando 3-3. And that is a base hit to left field. That's a single to left. And that is Brock. His error rating is an 8. That's a 19. He's not going to make an error. Brock will throw the ball in. But Bando's safe at first on a single. And now Sixto Lezcano. It's just less expensive to do that. Yes, it is. Infield halfway. And we'll see here, 19. Lezcano, do you bunt? What's his batting average? 273? No, you don't bunt with a 273 average. You let the man hit. One is more stat-oriented. Yes, one is more stat-oriented. That is correct. Forsch will pitch 1-2. That's a blank. Lezcano 4-2. That's a fly out to center. Runner holds, and the batter now will be Don Money. Anything on Strat? 16, nothing happening. Bob Forsch will pitch. 3-5. That's a wild pitch possibility, and that is a 6. And that is going to be a wild pitch on Bob Forsch. Bando will move to second. Wild pitch on Forsch. And now I'll re-roll Strat to see if anything happens. A 20. Possible pickoff. That's a 7. Nope, no pickoff. Don Money will go ahead and bat. 1-3 on Forsch's against a righty. That's a strikeout, and a 2. We got him. And he strikes him out. No runs and a hit for the Brewers. They still lead 2-0 here as we go to the bottom of the 6th. You made the compare. I also joined the Facebook group because he said and posted the lineups. Yep, you can see the lineups of the games that we'll be using. The good news between my 1985 season and the 1994 season, the 1994 games were played without as played lineups because, well, the 1994 season didn't finish, so I had to create the lineups for that. I usually use the most played lineups from games that were played in the past. Okay. 1985, the as played lineups are right there. I also made sure the players are with their teams at that time. I check every game to see. I'll check every roster before that game to make sure the roster players are there for the bench and for the bullpen. Which game is more stat oriented? They both are. Payoff pitch is stat oriented, as Joe Bryan makes it, and so is inside pitch from Chris Davis. They're both very much stat oriented. Joe Bryan, I know uses Retro Sheet for his stats, and Chris Davis uses the Russian guy's names to get his stats for his games. So, like I said, they're both equally stat oriented. I mean, I don't know. I mean, people ask me, do I like one game more than the other? And right now, I love them both. I can't really put. If I had, I guess if I was on a desert island, okay, and I could only choose one, it would probably be Payoff Pitch, because Payoff Pitch plays a little bit easier and just a little bit quicker. But other than that, but then again, I would miss Inside Pitch. I would miss some of the extra dice rolling, because sometimes extra dice rolling is cool. Bottom of the sixth, Jim Slaton will pitch, and it will be the leadoff batter is Bob Forsch. He's the pitcher. And I think we're going to see a pinch hitter, and we are, yes. Bob Forsch only pitches to 26 batters, and he has pitched now to 24 batters. So I'm going to take Bob Forsch out. He is done. He is going to be done for the game, and the Cardinals are bringing a pinch hitter. And they're going to have Dave Rader come up and bat against Slaton. So that is it. That is it for Forsch. Bottom of the sixth coming up. Dave Rader will go up against Slaton. Does answer my next question about time. Yeah. Slaton, 6'5". That's a blank. Dave Rader, 6'3". He grounds out to first. And here is Lou Brock. Slaton, 6'6". That's a strikeout, and the 3 is going to get him. He strikes out Brock. The 3 on that die, that's a note, that's a definite. And now the batter is Gary Templeton with 2 outs. Slaton's pitch, 2-1, walk plus 10, and against a righty, that becomes a 13, minus 2 and 11, 14 too high. Templeton will swing. That's a 6-4, and he singles into left field. Base hit. That's Templeton's second hit of the game. He's 2 for 3. And that will bring up Tony Scott. Anything on Strat? A 5. Templeton, that's a steal attempt. Templeton, 11. Minus 2 is a 9. More, 0, 1 to 9 for Templeton to steal. No. You're no. Less than 50% chance, I'll call that off. 2 outs, I'll let Scott back. Slaton, 4-2. That's a blank. He's not tired. Tony Scott, 1-6 against the righty. He singles past the shortstop for a base hit. Templeton on second. Scott at first. Templeton's base running rating is a 4. Becomes +1 with a 5 with 2 outs. And in order to get to third base, he has to be a 5, and he is because of 2 outs. So Templeton will get to third. And now the Cardinals have a chance with Hector Cruz coming up and 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Inside pitch is all dice, no facts like inside pitch. Right. It's all dice. I love the fast action cards with Payoff Pitch. Don't get me wrong. It makes it so much easier to broadcast. As you know, I do it broadcast style for Payoff Pitch because usually 1 roll is all I need. In inside pitch, you need more rolls. But then again, in that case, also inside pitch is a little bit more random. A little bit more random results because of it. Because you're rolling with dice at least twice. At least once or twice. So inside pitch, a little bit more random. Doesn't mean better, just means a little random. And you also get more with different results. Runners at first and third. Hector Cruz, the batter. Anything on Strat? A 17. And nothing happening. Slaton pitches. Thank you much there, Michael Peterson. 6-4. That's a blank. Cruz, 3-1. He singles into center field. That'll score a run. Templeton will come in to score. Tony Scott's base running rating is a 4. A single to center subtracts 1 from the first to third. So that's a 3, but it's still a 4 because of the +1 here. The center fielder is Joshua. His arm rating is a +1. A 1 to 5, Scott will get the third. It's a 4. He does. And Hector Cruz gets that base hit. A big base hit to score a run. Runners at first and third still, but now the Cardinals cut this lead in half. It's 2-1. RBI single by Cruz, and now Simmons the batter. Anything on Strat? That's a 14. Nothing. Slaton now in a little bit of a jam. Cardinals now cut the lead in half. Slaton will have to pitch to Simmons. Slaton's pitch 1-5. That's a strikeout, and a 2 will get him. A right-hander is a 5, -2 is a 3, but that's a 2, and Slaton does strike out Simmons to end the inning. 1 run on 3 hits for the Birds, but it's now 2-1, Brewers leading the Cardinals. Fans here at Busch Stadium seeing a good pitcher matchup, and this is right now pretty much really the first pitcher's game I've really had in this tournament. Top of the 7 coming up. Jim Wolford leads off for the Brewers. Got 2 righties and the pitcher due, so I think they'll bring on a right-handed pitcher for the Cardinals, and we'll see who they want to bring in. And they are going to bring in Johnny Sutton. He had 14 relief appearances, so I'm going to use him in this situation. It's a close game. Johnny Sutton will pitch to Jim Wolford to start the top of the 7th inning. Tim Pepper needed a ground ball to offer him. Tim Pepper, yes, 3 errors, all of the shortstop, and it didn't matter if it was Gonzalez or if it was Roger Metzger. Didn't matter. All 3 errors made by the shortstop in that last game between the Padres and the Astros. Watch that if you haven't caught it. Sutton with the pitch. And he, by the way, he can go 7 batters. I'll mark it. 1-3, that's a blank. Wolford, 4-6. And Jim Wolford leads off with a double to right field. Well, that's one way to get it, and that's his second double of the game. He's 2 for 3. Jim Wolford, a leadoff double off of Sutton. And the batter will be Charlie Moore. Infield normal. And no, they're not going to walk Charlie Moore to pitch to Slaton, because with the 7th inning, we'll see a pinch hitter, because I think that's going to be it for Slaton. Now the Brewers are bringing pinch hitters. Sutton will pitch to Moore. That's a 2. Actually, first off, Strat roll, 18. Charlie Moore, a bunt attempt? A 5? He's got a bunt rating of 5. Charlie Moore, 248 average. Why not? They're going to try a bunt. Bunt's going to be on. So they're going to do a bunt. Charlie Moore, bunt rating of 5. They'll bunt it. Johnny Sutton's roll, 5-5. That's a double question. That's a double question mark. That is disregarded. That is disregarded on a bunt attempt. So now Charlie Moore just gets to go ahead and roll. And I want to make sure about that, but I think that is disregarded. Let me just double check it. I believe the double question mark is disregarded on a bunt. Let's see here. Let's see here. Resolve the pitch using hit by wall. Kind of K goes around up. Disregard all the outcomes, but errors in rare plays. That's right. Double question mark is disregarded. I already called the bunt, so Moore will try it. And that is an 18 and a 5. The ball was hit on a sacrifice bunt. The ball was hit to third base. It's an 18, and it's not a good bunt. That is a lead runner is thrown out. Wolford is thrown out at third. And Moore gets to first. Ouch. Rolls an 18. And that lead runner is out of there. So Charlie Moore does not come up with a good bunt. He will be safe at first, but it erases a run. Raises a runner. And that just goes as a fielder's choice to third base. Ball hit to third. They get the lead runner, which means that the shortstop covered third base, and the third baseman threw to the shortstop and tagged him out. So there is one out now. Moore, the batter. Jim Slaton due to bat. They're going to bring in a pinch hitter for Slaton, and he is done. And he pitched a very good game. These tournaments. Yeah, I know, right? Well, the Cardinals are in there. We'll see a pinch hitter here for Slaton. And again, Johnny Sutton, the batter. And let's see who they want to bring in. And I'll tell you, not great. They're going to bring in Jamie Quirk. Jamie Quirk was actually the DH for the Brewers in the American League. Jamie Quirk will bat against Johnny Sutton. Charlie Moore on it first. There is one out. Strat roll comes up. That's a 7-0. Explain the strat roll. I will in a moment. Nothing going on. Sutton will pitch. Infield, of course, is halfway. 2-3 on Sutton's card. That's a strikeout. A 7 will get Quirk. He is out of there. So 2 outs now. Infield goes back to normal. And Quirk is out. And it brings up Von Joshua, and he has the 2 RBI single. Anything on strat? That's an 18. Nothing happening. John Sutton, 4-2. That's a blank. Joshua, 3-3. That's a base hit. It's a single to center field. So the inning will continue. Let's see. More base runner rating. Going to get the third. 3 minus 1 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. The ball is hit to center. That's Scott. A 1-3. Moore will make a 1-3. Moore makes it the third. That is a 2, and he does. Charlie Moore does get the third base on a single by Von Joshua. That's his third hit of the game. And now a chance for Robin Yount. Robin Yount is 0 for 3 today. So if Yount wants to show his Hall of Fame stuff, this is what he's got to do. Infield is normal. Strat roll says a 14. Nothing happening. Yount is not going to bunt. No, this is the American League Brewers. Remember, this is 1977. Brewers in the American League. But we're at a National League ballpark, so the pitcher bats. Johnny Sutton will pitch. And that is a 3-4. That is a walk plus 10. It becomes a 17 minus 2, 15, 11. He walks Robin Yount, and now the bases are loaded. Bases are loaded for Cecil Cooper. Not exactly the kind of guy you want up in this situation. Not the kind of guy you want in this situation. Cecil Cooper against Sutton. Bases jammed. Strat roll says 17. Nothing happening. Bases loaded. John Sutton, a chance for Cooper to maybe blow this game open for the Brew Crew. Sutton's pitch, 4-3. That is a blank. Cooper, 3-2. Ground out to second. Side retired. Couldn't do anything with it. No runs for the Brewers. They did get 2 hits. 7th inning stretch, still 2-1 Milwaukee. Please explain the strat roll. The strat roll is a de facto kind of AI, artificial intelligence, that Chris Davis put into the game, all right, in order to decide about steal attempts, bunt attempts, hit and runs. Normally, you don't have to use the strat roll if you don't want to. I mean, if you're playing a game with one team, you're just trying to manage just the team that you're playing, and you want to go up against an AI type of manager, the strat roll is supposed to do that. But if you're trying to play both teams, the strat roll is as I said, a de facto artificial intelligence. You use a strat roll, can decide on steals, can decide on bunts, hit and runs, squeeze bunts, that thing. If you watch Dave at Baseball Demos, he uses it hard and fast. So whatever the strat roll says to do when he rolls it, he will do it. I use it as a suggestion, like a bench coach. If I like what I see for the strat roll and I look at the game situation, I'll go ahead and do what the strat roll says to do. If it is part of this game, yes, it is. If I don't like what the strat roll, so if the strat roll wants me to say I can steal with a runner on first base, and that base runner rating has like a stolen base rating of like a 3, and there's no way he's going to steal second base, it would be pretty much an auto out, I'll cancel it. All can be overridden based on game situation. That is a rule that he put in there, so yes. Bottom of the 7th, We got a lefty and two righties coming up for the Cardinals. Keith Hernandez will bat. The Brewers will go to the pen. And they're going to bring in a right-hander, I think. Even though Hernandez is the batter. Let's see who they want to bring in. Bottom of the seventh inning. And let's see who they want. The bullpen was kind of meh. For Bear, Rodriguez. They're going to bring in Eduardo Rodriguez. The Milwaukee bullpen does have its issues, and that's probably one of the reasons why they only had 67 wins that year. Eduardo Rodriguez will pitch to Keith Hernandez, bottom of the seventh inning, 2-1 Brewers. Now, I understand that possible steal a home, almost an Oakland game. Yes, it was available. But then I looked at it and realized it would be a very difficult thing to do, and that's why I didn't do it. Rodriguez with the pitch. That's a 2-6. I'm going to mark that on the card because I keep on forgetting. 2-6 on Rodriguez's card. That is a possible error. Keith Hernandez, 4-3. That's a ball hit to right field. That's a hit column roll to right field against the righty. That's an 11. That's going to be a leadoff triple for Hernandez. Another triple for Hernandez. Now, the ball is hit to right. Sixto Lezcano's error rating is a 2. I got to re-roll. It is an 8. He does not make an error. So Keith Hernandez has his second triple of the game. Keith Hernandez, a leadoff triple here in the bottom of the seventh. He'll hold at third base. Second triple for Hernandez. There was no error as Lezcano made the play and threw it in there. And now the batter is Ken Wright. Infield is going to be in by the Brewers with nobody out. Entertaining game. It's a rarity. Yeah. But Keith Hernandez had a lot of triples, obviously, against right-handers. Rodriguez will see if anything on Strat. That is an 11, nothing happening. Rodriguez will pitch. That's a 2-2. That's a blank. Ken Wright, 6-1. That is a fly ball. That's a double star 3. That's a fly ball to Wright. Wright's sacrifice fly rating is a 1. Does he get automatic? No, he does not. Hernandez, though, should make this. Base running rating is a 4. The ball is hit to Lezcano. He has no arm rating. A 1-4, Hernandez. A 1-4, Hernandez makes it. A 5, he holds. A 6, he's probably out. That is a 5. Hernandez can't score. Wow. A 1-4, he needs to score, and he holds on a 5. 1 out. Obviously, the ball was not hit deep enough. Hernandez, the tying run, holds at third. The batter will be Mike Tyson. Infield still in, but now with 1 out. Anything on Strat? A 1. Hernandez is not going to steal home. He would have pretty much no chance. So no steal at home. A 1 would be the only way he could have done it. In order to steal home, that's a 10. And you only subtract the 10 minus the pitcher, and you add plus 3 for the steal ring, make a 13. But you subtract 10 on a steal from home, so it would have been a 1-3 for Hernandez to steal. And he's going to stay put right there and hope Tyson maybe can get him in. See, that's the reason why I will call off got to use common sense, and that's not analytics be damned. You got to use common sense. You're not going to steal when you know you got a 1-3 only a 15% chance to get it. 4-6 on Rodriguez's card. That's a walk plus 10. That becomes a 17. Minus 2 is a 15. The 18 is too high. Tyson gets the swing. That is a 6-2, and that's a fly ball to right. That should get him in this time. First of all, sacrifice fly rating a 1. Doesn't get it. And now again, it hit to Lezcano. It's going to be a 1-4 chance for Hernandez to score. And this time he does. Keith Hernandez will score on the sacrifice fly. He does come in this time. Tyson does get the job done, and we are tied at 2. We'll see a batter for the pitcher, Johnny Sutton, do. And we will have coming up to bat for the Cardinals in this case, with 2 outs. Let's see. I think I'll save him for a better chance. They're going to bring in Mike Phillips to bat against Eduardo Rodriguez. Tied at 2 now. Rodriguez will pitch to Mike Phillips. 2 outs. 5-4 on Rodriguez. That is against the lefty. That's a blank. Phillips 6-2. That's a fly out to right. All 3 outs were flies out to right, but the Cardinals get 1 run on 1 hit on a triple and a couple of sacrifice flies. 7 in the books. We are tied at 2 here at Busch Stadium. Could be in for a pretty good ending. Thank goodness for Baseball Reference. No kidding. Top of the 8th. They got 3 right-handers coming up for the Brewers. Sal Bando will lead off for the Brew Crew. We'll see a right-hander, I'm sure, for the Cards. And it's going to be Raleigh Eastwick. I'll bring him in. Raleigh Eastwick will pitch to Sal Bando, top of the 8th inning. Tied at 2 here at Busch Stadium. Former Red, exactly. 3-1 on Eastwick's strikeout. 13 is going to be too high. Bando gets the swing. 2-6. He flies out the left. He flies out the left. Here is Sixto Lezcano. 1-4. A possible hit by pitch. An 11. A 3 -10. Nope, no chance. Lezcano will hit. That's a 3-2. He hits a ball in the hit column roll to center field. That's a 2. And against the righty, that's a base hit. Lezcano gets a single. And that's his first hit of the game. The batter will be Don Money. Strap roll 5. Nothing happening. Infield halfway. There is 1 out. Raleigh Eastwick will pitch. That is a 2-5. That's at the ballpark. Busch Stadium 1-6. That's a base hit past short. That's a single. Lezcano's base running rating is a 3. He has to be a 5 in order to get the third. He is not. He will hold it second. But the Brewers are in business with 2 straight hits. Runners at first and second for Jim Wolford. And he is 2 for 3 tonight. Infield still halfway. 12. Nothing happening. Lords of the Realm. Free agency is going to be real difficult for players this offseason. That is true. Runners at first and second. Jim Wolford, the batter now for the Brewers. 4-4 on Eastwood's card. That is a range play, which means now Winfield halfway. Rangers are reduced by 1. That's a 3-6. And that is a single to left field. Now, that's a single to left field, but not on a ball hit to the outfield, though. So it only on infield end, the ball hit to the outfield. So the range doesn't matter on outfield. So in this case, it's a ball hit to left. That's Lou Brock, but his range is a 1. And he doesn't make it. That's going to be a base hit. It's a single to left. Lezcano's base running rating is a 3, becomes +1. It's a 4. Brock is a +1. It's a 5. A 1-5, Lezcano scores. It's a 4, and he does. Lezcano comes in to score. It's now 3-2 Brewers. Don Money's base running rating is a 3. And in order to get the third on a single, it's -2. So he cannot get the third base because it's a 1. then the 4 is higher than the 1. But Wolford gets an RBI single, and that's a big one for him. And it scores a run. Runners at first and second, still 1 out, but now 3-2 Brewers. The batter now is Charlie Moore. Outfield range is not affected by infield halfway. So runners at first and second, infield is still half. Lou Brock only had a range of 1 in 1977. He was coming up in there in years. Lou Brock was getting up there in years in 77. Lou Brock at that time was beginning to pave the way for some kid by the name of Ricky Henderson. What's the afternoon game today? California and San Francisco will be game number 6. That's actually going to be played after I watch some college football, as soon as this game gets over. But I'm not rushing. Runners at first and second. Raleigh Eastwick gives up a go-ahead run here on the top of the 8th. Anything on Strat? A 10. Nope. Eastwick will pitch. That's a 3-5. That's a strikeout. A 20 is going to be too high. Moore swings. 4-5. And that's a single into right field. A single pass shortstop at the base hits, an S6. Base hit for Charlie Moore. Don Money's base running rating is a 3. And with a 3, he will score. You need to be a 3 in order to get from second to home. Money will score. Don Money comes in now. It's 4-2 Brewers. Wolford's base running rating is a 4. Needs to be a 5 in order to get to third on a single pass short. He will hold at second. It's now 4-2. And Raleigh Eastwick has proven to be ineffective. Any particular game in college? Well, the game of the day is Ohio State at Penn State. I'll be watching that. Tonight. Ohio State, Penn State. I'm going to watch Kansas State, West Virginia, and I'm probably going to catch Texas, Oklahoma State. Those are my scheduled games I'm going to watch. Always try to watch the best games available. Brandon Baker joins me for some baseball here at Busch Stadium. You're missing a good one here. Top of the 8th inning. Brewers now leading 4-2. And still 1 out. And that brings up the pitcher, Eduardo Rodriguez. He will vacate for a pinch hitter. Let's see who the Brewers want to bring in. And in this case, they're going to bring in a lefty. That will be Jim Gantner. 47 at-bats. Let's see. Nope. 47 at-bats, a little bit too less. Gantner, I'm not going to take it back, and I'm going to go with the total at-bats. And that's going to bring Ed Kirkpatrick. Ed Kirkpatrick will bat now against Eastwick. This is probably Eastwick's last batter. And actually what they're going to do is they're going to take Eastwick out. He is gone. And they're going to bring in a lefty to pitch to Kirkpatrick. Vaughn Joshua is the next batter. We'll see who the Cardinals want to bring in. And they're going to bring in Buddy Schultz to try to close this, bring in Buddy Schultz to try to stop the bleeding. Buddy Schultz will now pitch to Ed Kirkpatrick. The Brewers will keep him out there. Still 1 out here on the top of the 8th, 4-2 Brew Crew. And do we still have a strat? Yes, we do. And that is a 5. And Jim Wolford, 7 divided by 2, that would be a 4. That would be a possible hit and run by Kirkpatrick. I'll take that off. Tribe Fan 879 here to join the exciting finish here at Busch Stadium. Buddy Schultz with the pitch. 1-4. Possible error on a throw. Kirkpatrick, 4-6. Popped up. Pops it out to second base. There's no throw on that. And that's the second out. Top of the batting order will be Vaughn Joshua. Runners still at first and second. 2 outs now. An 18. No bunt. Now infield normal. Forever Maine 90 joins me here at Busch Stadium. Got a good crowd here for this game now. Good to see everybody here. Buddy Schultz the pitch, 1-6. And against the lefty, wow, against the right-hander, that would have been a possible home run check. But against the lefty, that is an automatic out. And it's going to be a ground out to second. But the Brewers get 2 runs on 4 hits in this inning as the Cardinal bullpen fails to gut it, and it's now bottom of the 8th coming up. It's 4-2 in favor of the Brew Crew. I made a rhyme. Top of the batting order for the Birds, and Lou Brock leads off. He got a lefty and two switches. So in this case, then I just choose the best pitcher possible available for the Brewers in this case, and they are going to bring in. It's not time for him yet. Let's see. Bullpen for the Brewers is kind of meh. They're going to go with Mike Caldwell against Lou Brock. They'll choose the lefty. Mike Caldwell will pitch to Brock here, bottom of the 8th inning. Doing a champ and non-champ teams, if you're franchises. What? No Mets? Brandon, we ain't friends anymore, man. I don't see the Mets there. No Mets? No Mets, Brandon? We ain't friends no more, man. I'm unfriending you. No Mets. Reds, Cubs, Orioles, Twins. No Mets. We ain't. You don't enjoy Gary Carter Mets. Yeah, whatever. We ain't friends no more. Mike Caldwell's pitch, 6-5. That's a range play. Lou Brock, 2-5. That's a star line 1. That's at the second base. And Don Money's range is a 4. He's going to make that play. He'll throw to first and get the out, 1 down. The batter now will be Gary Templeton with 1 out. Caldwell, 3-4. That's a blank. Templeton, 2-1. That's a ground out to third. Two men down. And now Tony Scott. Am I showing all the 1985 opening games on YouTube? Just 2 games. Just 2 games I'm choosing on that first date, which was April 8th, 85. It's Cleveland at Detroit because they do want me to do the Tigers getting their rings. Fine. And then Toronto at Kansas City, which was the first game I have scheduled. Got a good matchups. I mean, you got Jack Morris and Burt Blyleven, and you got Bud Black going up against Dave Stieb. 2 good matchups to start 1985. That's a doubleheader. And I still may do an inside pitch game earlier because we still want to do the 1977. Caldwell's pitch. That is a 1-6. That's a range play at the ballpark. 6-1. That's a star line 3. That's grounded to third. Bando's range is a 3. And he's not going to make that play. That's a base hit. Is it a single or a double? It's a double for Tony Scott. He gets it past Bando, and that goes into the corner. 1 out, a 2-out double for Scott. The question is, can the Cardinals take advantage of it? Here is Hector Cruz. Do I roll a strat? Yes, I do. A 12, nothing happening. So 2 outs. Mike Caldwell against Cruz. Caldwell, 4-1. That's a strikeout possibility. That's a 6. He is out of there. An 8 minus 2 is a 6, and he just got him. Strikes out Cruz. Side retired. No runs and a hit. The Brewers still lead 4-2 going into the 9th. Are we going to have another upset in this 77 one and gone? Top of the 9th. Buddy Schultz. Let's see who bats here. You got 2 rights and a lefty. And the Cardinals are going to go to the pen, take out Buddy Schultz. They're going to bring in a right-hander coming in. And it's the ninth inning, and they're down by 2 runs, so they actually really have to bring in one of their better pitchers. And that is going to be Clay Carroll. Clay Carroll will pitch for the Cardinals now. And he'll go up against Robin Yount. Robin Yount is 0 for 3. Top of the ninth inning. No dibble? No dibble. Not in 1977. That was later. 4-2. And for Clay Carroll, that's a hit by pitch. A 2 minus 4 is a -2. That's not going to cut it. Robin Yount will bat 4-3. And that's going to be a fly out to right. So Robin Yount's not done really anything in this game. A little surprising. And here is Cecil Cooper. Carroll will pitch. 2-6, that's a blank. Cecil Cooper, 2-4. He lines out to second. 2 down. And now Sal Bando. That's a 6-4. That's a wild pitch. It's disregarded. 4-1. That's a possible home run check for Sal Bando against the right-hander. He needs a 10. That's a 3, and that is gone. Sal Bando, Clay Carroll pitches Sal Bando a meatball, and he turns it into spaghetti. Home run for Sal Bando. 5-2 Brewers, and the fans here at Busch Stadium are beginning to empty. Sal Bando, he hit 17 homers in 1977. Very capable. The batter now will be Sixto Lezcano. 2 outs. And now a home run makes it a 5-2 lead for the Brew Crew. Clay Carroll, 4-2. And that's a possible hit by pitch. The 11 will be too high. Lezcano, 5-1. He flies out to right, and that does it. 1 run for the Brewers on a hit. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Milwaukee leading 5-2. We'll see a new pitcher for the Brewers. They will bring in the closer. Ted Simmons will bat for the Cardinals here on the bottom of the ninth. And that, of course, will be Bob McClure. He will close for the Brewers. Bob McClure, 6 saves, but a 2.52 ERA, but he can only pitch really to 4 batters before being tired. Ted Simmons leads off for the Birds in the bottom of the ninth. The Brewers are looking to become the second American League team. The second American League team to knock off a National League team in the ballpark and the higher seed. Detroit did beat Montreal, although Montreal and Detroit were pretty even. But they're looking to be the second American League team to knock off a National League team in their park. Bob McClure will pitch to Simmons. Have the Reds played yet? No, they've not played yet. 2-3 on McClure. That is a range play to start the inning off. Simmons, 6-1. That's a ground ball to first. That's it to Cooper. His range is a 3. He's got it. Cecil Cooper's got it. Tosses it to McClure for the out. 1 down. And now Keith Hernandez, he's got 2 triples today. McClure's pitch. 3-6. That's a strikeout possibility. A 15 will be too high. Hernandez swings. 3-1. And that's going to be a base hit. It's a single past short against the lefty. That's a single. The Cardinals get a base runner, and they need him. Hernandez, 3 for 4 today. 2 triples. The batter will be Ken Wright. Am I rolling strat? No, I'm not. 1 out, infield halfway. McClure trying to maybe get this game over. Ken Wright will bat. Need a 3-run Jimmy Jack. 2-4 on McClure's card. That's a strikeout, 22 high. Rights will swing 2-1. That is a grounder to second base. Double play rating 3. McClure gives a +2. That's a 5. And a +1 is a 6. The shortstop is Yount. His pivot rating is a +1. It's a 7. It's an automatic double play ball game. Four, 6, 3 double play. I don't even have to roll a 7. That's an automatic DP. The Milwaukee Brewers upset the St. Louis Cardinals in Busch Stadium. They win it 5-2. No runs and a hit for the Cardinals in the bottom of the 9th. And yes, no, the Reds have not played yet. They do not play. They will play Game 7, which will probably be the first game tomorrow, Brandon. And they host the Seattle Mariners at Riverfront. Seattle at Cincinnati, that will be Game 7. That will be the first game tomorrow. So, yes, the Milwaukee Brewers upset the Cardinals. They knock out the Redbirds. Here comes the final, here's the final line score coming up here. For the Brewers, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 11, 12. Brewers, 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. For the Cardinals, 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Jim Slaton gets the win. Bob Forsch takes the loss. No saves. Actually, there was a save. Bob McClure does get the save because of the tying run did get on deck. So McClure does get the save. And that will do it here. The Milwaukee Brewers upset the Cardinals here at Busch Stadium. And they move on. And they will take on the Baltimore Orioles in game number 13. The Baltimore Orioles will face the Brewers, so it'll be an American League contest. That should be fun. Anyway, time to watch some college football, guys. Michael Peterson, Forever May 90, Tim Pepper, Brandon Baker, Mike Tribe Fan 879, Philip Reynolds. Thank you all for joining me here. Tim Pepper, let's see, do I forget? Pete Stevens. Thank you all for joining me tonight, guys. It was for today. I'll play another game later, probably at about around 7 o'clock, I would think, a little bit there. And that will be the California Angels taking on the San Francisco Giants. And that game is at the Stick. That's at the Candlestick, as San Francisco actually was one win better over California, and they are the lower seed. So I hope you'll join me for that game. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. And we'll see you guys a little later. Brewers over the Cardinals, 5-2. Take care, everyone.